Uhlmann. Martone. Oh, you know him?
Yeah.
Okay. So as part of the Weigert initiative, All Under One Roof initiative, we're going to go see our preferred attorney. Where is he? 535, there he is. Here we have our new agent, Ricardo Medrano. As part of the All Under One Roof initiative, we're going to introduce him to some of our recommended partners, starting with Dennis Uhlmann.
Always.
Hi, how are you? Good, you're here to see Dennis?
Is this your first time meeting with an attorney?
Is that a question I have to answer?
You can sign for me?
Yeah.
We're inspecting it. Okay. All Under One Roof initiative is to make sure that I introduce new agents such as Ricardo to our team. And
Sure.
Dennis has been part of the team for quite some time, even before I came aboard. I want to do something a little different. I see you're on YouTube, right?
Yeah, no.
YouTube sensation, Dennis Uhlmann. And
I don't know about a sensation yet, but
so if you can explain to Ricardo in a nutshell what happens in the attorney review, what ends up usually happening is once you go under contract, the buyer needs
Attorney.
representation.
Yeah.
First thing I do is I give him Dennis's information. I talk.
So the first part is, before we even go over the contract, I'd like to talk with the new client. Go over questions that they have right with the process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like to go over everything. Tell them what the whole real estate buying process is going to be. Starting first with attorney review, we're going to go over the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go into home inspection. What that involves, hiring an inspector to go out, looking at the property, going over everything, make sure they're comfortable with it. Go over the different processes that go with it, and then the whole time that you're doing this, you're working with your lender. Hopefully you're working with Eduardo or whoever you're working with over there, all under one roof. So you're getting all that done, and then you get your mortgage commitment. And then finally we hopefully get to the closing table, right? That's what we want to do, and then you're the homeowner. But specifically with attorney review, I go over the entire contract. Because they sign it, it's in a flurry, right? You bought a house before you know how exciting it is. You're like, here, just click this. It's DocuSign. Just sign here, initial here. We'll fix it later. Don't worry about it. But sometimes there's changes, right? A big thing that happens, especially, with better realtors, is they'll start putting things in paragraph 43. That's the last paragraph that changes things. That's where you put in the I'm waiving my inspections, or I'm waiving an appraisal, or, specifically these items are included or excluded from the deal. So you can put that in there, and that's where you can modify it a little bit. And then I go through and I make sure that they understand how much they're buying, what the purchase price is, right? So that's paragraph 3 over there. What's the purchase price? Their down payment. How are they making the down payment? Some people in advance will give the money right to their realtor, which luckily you guys don't do that. And then I go through, and another big thing that I change is our paragraph 7 and 8 and then the contract, where it talks about what's included and what's excluded from the sale. And what some realtors will do, not the good ones like Chris, they'll just reference, per MLS, right? Whatever's in it is included and everything else is excluded. The problem with that, as we all know, is it's real easy to change an MLS listing, right? And it doesn't say this portion of the MLS was changed at this time. Mm-hmm. So unless we either attach a copy of the MLS to the contract and made it part of it, or the better thing to do, just list those things. What's included? Well, we're going to do your range and oven, your microwave, your dishwasher, your washer, dryer. List all of those appliances. Are the window treatments included? Because that seems lately that's the biggest thing. Yeah. Realtors are spending a lot of money having it staged really nicely, and everyone thinks that the beautiful window treatments and curtains are coming, and that's why they want to buy the house. They love these $200 window treatments. So it's important that we're listing those, so there's no problems later. My philosophy when it comes to attorney review is get everything out in writing in the beginning, so there's no questions later. We're not fighting later. We know what the deal is. And we know if it's a deal breaker for you that, hey, I'm the buyer and I want those window treatments, you're like, I'm not buying the house unless I get them. Or I'm not buying the house unless I get to keep the chandelier that, belonged to your grandmother. Then we know, hey, this deal can't work. And that's the beauty of attorney review. During those 3 days, as soon as an attorney sends a letter and say, I disapprove of the contract unless you agree the changes, attorney review is started, and then the contract isn't, solidified and not complete until both parties agree it's over. We usually get out of attorney review, or at least send our first letter within 24 hours or less. Usually the same day we try to get in and out, and it just involves the time for me to be able to talk to the client. So the sooner the client responds to me and we can get a phone call to go over it, the sooner we can get out of attorney review. But that's the key, in and out as quick as you can, so nothing else can happen.
So that's attorney review.
That's attorney review in a nutshell. And then we're done, and then everyone says, hey, we're out of attorney review, and everyone's happy.